realized that a lot of relationships I had in my life were the same. Same toxicity, same conclusion, same disrespect. As if they were all sent by the universe for me to understand something. As if I was living a situation again and again and again, like a never ending loop. My mom, a friend, an old teacher, all embodying something that my higher self wants me to purge, to get rid of. I guess, I guess it started with my mom, my adoptive mom. She would tell me things like, stop feeling like that, or you shouldn't feel like that. A way to make me feel guilty for something she would not understand. She always wanted the best for me. I never doubted that. But I do think that her unhealed wounds is the reason why I got hurt sometimes. I would constantly seek her approval because she would expect me to. She would expect me to rely on her for every single thing of my life and feel betrayed if I didn't. Like that moment when I moved in with my ex boyfriend in an apartment. My parents always helped me move, but this time I wanted to do it alone. This time I wanted to prove to myself that I could do things by myself. This time I needed that. And I explained that to her, but she felt betrayed. She felt like I was not appreciated for everything she did for me. And whatever I was saying, she was not listening. She took that personally. When I specifically told her it wasn't beforehand, but it didn't change anything. Then it was a teacher that I suspected being racist. I didn't know that back then. I was too young to understand it. I went through hell with her and I felt misunderstood. Once again, I felt like my emotions didn't matter. I was only 6 years old and I thought that I was dumb. I thought that everything was my fault. And my parents didn't took my side. They didn't imagine that it was racism. They trusted her, that teacher, not me. And I know they did everything they could back then, and even today. But it doesn't mean I'm not angry. It doesn't mean I'm not hurt by it. I couldn't even talk about it at home years later, because they would say, oh, you're still talking about that, while rolling their eyes, once again, dismissing my emotions. Then it happened again with a friend. This time, it was strong, deep, as if the universe was saying, oh, you still don't get it, do you? Okay, fine, let's create an even harder situation then. For you to finally understand this effing pattern, That one was a mother effer. I even wrote text about that one. Here's one. Quote, you didn't ask the right question. I looked at the night for a while, and I never felt more alone in my life. I said that we couldn't see the stars from down there because I wanted to lose myself in it. I wanted to see the stars and escape. I wanted not to feel anything and move on from this situation. Maybe I wanted to cry. I wanted to be everywhere but here. Just for a moment. Then you looked at me in a way, and I thought that you could read my thoughts. I got scared. Because if you would have been able to read them, then it would have been impossible for me to fake it, to make you believe that everything was okay. The wall that I carefully placed in front of me, that was scrambling from pain and exhaustion, would have been your responsibility. And the feeling that I had felt months before reappeared to let me know that he was right from the beginning. This feeling of loneliness from the emotion you feel for the love you have for someone that is in love with someone else, he was right from the beginning. Walk straight, lift your chin, drink your tears, and move on. I would have said no to the right question. I would have said no. Would I have said to you that I was hurting if you asked? I would have said no. End quote. Yeah, that one would be too long to explain, but all that is needed to be remembered is that I was seeking for his emotional validation. A lot. Too much. And obviously, I would not get it. I would end up feeling misunderstood, unloved, and ignored by this person. I don't think that there's anything he could have done to ease my abandonment wound, to be fully honest. But because of his actions, I would end up feeling once more like my emotions didn't matter to him, that I didn't matter. All those situations for me to understand that I don't need someone else's approval to be okay and comfortable with my own emotions, that they are valid even though nobody agree with them, that I'm not wrong for feeling them, that I shouldn't change them because of it, that I shouldn't change me. All those situations for me to understand that I matter, that it's okay to feel whatever I'm feeling, to not feel guilty about that when someone in my life does not agree, that it doesn't mean that they don't love me. Although, it doesn't mean either that I should accept them in my life if I feel hurt, disrespect, and ignored. That understanding my pattern also means taking decisions for my own happiness. That not having them in my life doesn't mean spitting on our shared past. It doesn't mean that I should stop loving them because of the pain, or that my love was fake. It doesn't mean either that I'm betraying them. Life is a roller coaster, and the universe will make sure for you to go through a situation until you fully understand the pattern, because it knows that you deserve better. Whatever it is, you deserve to be happy and to feel safe. And it will make sure that not only you understand that, but that you apply it into your life. The more you'll ignore those morals, the more similar situations of people having the same role in your life will appear. And it will be up to you to clear those trauma, to clear those old energies, and to decide if you still want them in your life. Because ending a cycle does not specifically mean to throw someone out of your life. But if they don't respect your boundaries, then maybe it does.